video after video after video after video after video. Because, like I said, I study government. What do you see in the government? Video after 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 video, talking to people. Alright? Routines. I do it because, you know, once you eat, well, I ate that sausage sandwich, can of raviolis, and this, and the chips that I got in the other video. So I wanted to talk about cross country. Now, I said I was doing a marathon, but I used to run cross country in college. The shit was hard. Well, for me, you know, I'm not a long distance runner, at least I thought I wasn't, but I was. So now I'm gonna apply that to this, and I'm gonna apply, like, you know, there was a D1 and D2 team I vividly remember I was running against, and I passed the dude. And we were a 3C college. You understand? So that's the analogy I'm going to use here for the whole government stock thing. Well, this is stock, but I plan on taking this company, my entertainment company, and branding it in a way that is government. How many entertainment companies do you have out there that is branded government? Name one. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. But you guys can name it, because if you guys name it in the comments, maybe then I'll look it up and be like, hey, I can follow their suit. But so what I plan on doing is, on the news, I'm going to take out the papers I have in that book, I'm going to lay it on the table, then I'm going to take a pen, and everything they say on the news I'm going to write down. And what I don't, you know, what's not valuable to me, I'm going to scratch out. They said your veins, you can tell if you're dehydrated or not by your veins, and also by pinching your skin. And if your skin stays up, it means you're dehydrated. But I drink a lot of tea here, so a lot of hot water, and keeps you hydrated. I thought this was pretty cool. Like, it was from the stickers that are on the stock, like a little, you know, little boop 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 boop. Open up my, you know, my vault. All right. So now I'll just I'll write on the back of this, and that's what I'll do. So three things I gotta do, like, right now. A budget. 2, like I said, I had the layers on. I gotta figure out, well, this is pretty much what I had last time. I just gotta, you know, figure out how to take the Under Armour off and, you know, wash up again like I did last time. So budget, you know, if on God, if I need anything else, the only other thing I need is a pair of shorts. like 2 pairs of shorts. That way I can just swap in and out. The third one, so budget that, and I need to like get real strict about my diet, and I gotta get real strict about my time. I my time, you know, right now it is day 19. You know, I gotta get real strict on my time, and I gotta keep up with what they're putting on the news. So, the live videos and whatnot. Because that's honestly what I'm trying to do. And then after that, I'll throw it in you guys' face and be like, here's the content. You guys do whatever the hell you want to do with it. And just like that, because some of you guys will be like, you know what I mean? So, y'all got it. But now this shit is some. There's my fucking wall. Y'all count them. Red and black. And then we have, you know, the stylus pen. Alright. Now, if someone gets paid every 2 weeks, 14 days, the Greek terminology, with the Greek, you know, the alphabet, like I told you about the man I was talking to that was sitting here working on the design. 14 days, every 2 weeks, someone gets paid. Now me, I get paid every week on unemployment, which is important for me. My money, you know, my compensation. So, I get paid every week, which is never going to change. And there's millions out there getting paid the same thing. What can I do to make my 7 days? Like, you know, you got your 6 days of work, your 1 day of rest. Like, I wonder if I'm disciplined enough to be working 6 days hardcore, and then 1 day of rest. Like, I mean, 1 day of serious rest when, you know, just relaxing in the sun type of stuff. Now, you might see a Bible thumper coming here and, you know, so when I said budget, meaning I gotta start keeping track of every damn penny. I got 100 pennies. See, the structure book, I showed you guys a timeline, a long timeline, like a huge timeline for the business. Just for the business. And then I'm gonna recreate that timeline, make it even longer and even longer. I'm talking about after I establish, you know, business, and then I'm gonna do it again. And longevity is what the whole goal is when it comes to business. Now see, I'm not faking it until I make it, because I own a business. I'm just working every day to build it. So y'all can call me fucking fake, it's not fake. And now we got comedians walking through. Like I said, this is all for me though. Point of self-care. You know how loud it is right now? Watch this station. I'm sorry. Never mind on that one. It's good when it's loud. Everybody that they tell you, you know, options. So what if it's condescending manner? So what if it's a condescending manner sometimes? You know, the inflection of, like me, the inflections of my voice don't dictate the type of person that I am. Kind of reminds you of a school cafeteria. Everybody screaming in the background. Now I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna do what the hell I gotta do here. So we're on Ted Cruz holds press conference on unrest in Israel.
Now is a time for men and women with courage to step up and say, we stand with Israel. And by the way, now is a time when the Biden administration ought to step forward and say we're going to replenish the Iron Dome munitions that are saving thousands of lives by intercepting these terrorist rocket attacks. Instead of attacking and belittling and undermining the nation of Israel, President Biden ought to be standing with Israel and replenishing the Iron Dome munitions. With that, next, Senator Ernst.
Thank you, folks, and thanks for coming out today. Number one, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Number two, Hamas is intent on destroying Israel. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. They are our closest of allies.
I think I actually
And
listened
we
to this
are
the
all
other day.
here today, and I guarantee that each one of us assembled here is willing to pledge our unequivocal support to Israel.
All right.
Now, the Biden...
So the standouts of that: President Biden staying with Israel. They said Israel 4 times, and they said Hamas is a terror organization. So, you know, look that up, look that up, look that up, and that's it. So, Biden in his first 100 days in office is something that I guess on the 21st is going to be when I research that. So Israel. Let's see what the hell is going on in Israel. Alright. Gaza military offense. CNBC, CNN, The Daily Beast. Israel. Israel. The country in the Middle East. Right next to Jordan, Jerusalem, and a bunch. So let me, bookmark this, and I'll come back to it later. Now let's go back to the video.
The Biden administration should be willing to do the same thing. Hamas, again, a terrorist organization. To re-enter into the Jcpoa at this point in time and to work with Iran, who is the #1 state sponsor of terrorism, Iran, who is backing Hamas, to enter into that Jcpoa by this administration right now would be absolutely the wrong thing to do, not only for our American citizens, but also for the state of Israel. Again, I am here to pledge my unequivocal support to Israel. And I know that every one of my colleagues right here today will do the same. We are asking that the Biden administration come forward in a strong statement of support for our closest friend and ally in the Middle East, Israel.
Where's Chuck Schumer? Where is he? In 2014, the Democrat Majority Leader, Harry Reid, he led a resolution, a unanimous resolution to support Israel and to condemn Hamas. Where's Chuck Schumer? As you heard Senator Cruz just say, he's nowhere to be seen. He doesn't want to talk about Israel because he's part of the radical left now.
He's gone off the deep end. Israel is being bombarded with rockets by a terrorist organization, Hamas. The Democrat Party, the radical left, they've abandoned American principles, and now they're abandoning American allies. Israel is the greatest ally we have in the Middle East, the only democracy. And what are the Democrats doing? And Joe Biden says he wants to get back in the Iran deal. He wants to give money to the Palestinians. So there's no moral equivalency here. Hamas is doing everything they can to kill Israeli citizens. And how does Israel handle it? They're letting the people of the Gaza Strip know where they're going to bomb so they can get out. So what do we have to do? Biden has to get a backbone. He has to stand up for American allies. He doesn't have a backbone right now. What you need to do? Stop talking to Iran. State-sponsored terrorism, don't talk to them. Stop giving money to the Palestinians and stand up for the greatest ally we have in the Middle East, Israel.
I am so pleased to stand here with my colleagues today. When I talk to Tennesseans, they are watching what is happening in Israel with disbelief. They cannot believe that Israel is being encouraged to just strike some kind of ceasefire, to just take the nearly 2,000 rockets that have hit them in the last couple of weeks and say nothing. And the excuse from the left is, well, Hamas isn't a country. But as my colleagues have said, Hamas is a terrorist group. We know that. We know that they're being funded by Iran. We know that their goal is to annihilate Israel. Israel is a sovereign nation. They have a right to self-defense. And it is imperative that we stand with Israel, that we show our support with Israel, that we make certain that through this, our allies know that they are our ally and friend, and our enemies get the message that they are our enemy, and we will come after them when they attack our allies and our friends.
Well, the number one maligned actor in the Middle East is Iran. As you've heard, one of the foremost state sponsor of terrorism. Hamas is its proxy. It's also been a State Department designated terrorist organization since 1997. There's one way that Hamas could stop this conflict, and that is to lay down its arms. But if Israel decided to lay down its arms, there wouldn't be no more Israel. So the Jcpoa, as you've heard about, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, was the
All right, so this sounds like a video game. War, 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 war.
The last thing we audited
2,000 rockets, bombed. Hamas, Israel. Hamas is in the country. Israel has a right to self-defense. War, 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 war.
So this is
And
not that complicated. Israel's being attacked by terrorists. Given the choice by standing by Israel or standing by
see, here's what don't make sense to me.
stand by Israel.
If Hamas is a terror organization
Thank you.
and Israel
It's shocking to
is,
see how much the
you know,
administration has changed over time in relation
a land structure,
it was a given that whether
put it like
was
that,
Republican
a sovereign
administration
nation.
or Democratic administration, for a long time in our country's history, that we recognize the importance of
How
Israel, our ally.
are they getting attacked
Today, we're here because
by
that's no longer acceptable.
Hamas?
We are sending a message first to our own administration, to our colleagues in the Senate, particularly to our Democrat colleagues, that standing with Israel is important.
So,
It is
yeah.
important. We are sending a message to the Biden administration that it is important that they do what is morally correct and what is in the best interest